Well. Recording in progress. Oh, I'm gonna get my my cards out to show. Yay. Oh, Lisa's on. Yay. How are you, Lisa? I hope you're doing awesome. I've got to do, let's see here. Oh, I did that one. Okay. I wanted to show some examples again because I love doing that. This flat card. The one I can't remember to get out. Let's see, this we're doing right now is postcard size. Yay. Oh, and that one. Awesome. Oh, Team Blue. Remember Team Blue? Yay. I bet Jeff hasn't even seen that one. Here's postcard size. Okay. I'm going to show some of my cards again because people watching for the first time want to see the choices. So I got big card, I got trifold, I got double fold. I mean the 2-panel. I got a campaign. Oh, see, I think that's it. Yay. Oh, let's do the coffee one. Oh, ah, I like so many of my own cards. How sad is that I want to show them all. Donna, are you feeling better? Are you? Did you say yes just then? Donna,
What? What? No,
are you feeling any better?
not much, but
No.
at least I'm up
Oh no.
and back to work. But yeah, it's
Oh. Oh.
still dragging me down.
Oh. Well, I hope I can cheer your day some.
Oh, you
Maybe.
did the other day.
Oh, on Monday Morning Madness. Oh my God.
Yeah. It was awesome.
Oh, them guys kid me because we just are like shooting the breeze practically. But
Mhm.
but what I told them is because they don't understand why we don't like teach more when we're doing that. But I said, you don't, I said they anybody can do that. I don't necessarily like to watch people teach at me. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Um,
Yeah.
to me, I get more involved when I like um hear the backstory of the band. You know what I mean? Like I like
Uh-huh.
Garth Brooks a lot more once I read his book about him and what he went through to get, I liked all the stuff he did way more after that. And
Uh-huh.
I think people want to know that about authors and stuff.
Mhm.
So that's what I was saying to him. People want to know how it all started, what the stories were. I think that's just as interesting as them trying to teach me something. I don't know.
Mhm.
What do you think?
I enjoy the banter back and forth. Off you play off one another so well.
Oh, it's sad, isn't it really? Hey,
Oh,
Debbie.
Hi, how are you, Lisa?
I am
hi everyone.
fabulous. I am fabulous. Hey, Lisa.
Good. I enjoyed watching that replay. I didn't catch it last, Monday, but I did watch a replay. I enjoyed it. I was
Oh,
sitting here
yeah.
laughing.
We were, oh, yeah. We were in rare form on Monday. That was
That was
funny.
good. I can't wait
Yeah.
to read the book.
And I just can't wait for everybody to read it because I think it's
Me
really good.
either.
We gotta why it's farther out than anyone would like, of course, is I started early because to me, when I need to promote something, anything, whether it was the pig roast or joining my Avon team, whatever it is, I look at these things as a longer term project than most people do
Mhm.
because for the book launch team, for example, I know that only 1% of the people are going to be engaged in it, no matter how big I get the group. So if it's true, then I need a big giant group. I can't just have 20 and expect those 20 to do, or be excited about it. To me, I need a couple thousand people. And to do that, I need time to do that. So that's why I started early. That was actually against the recommended. They're all like, "Oh, you're gonna get everybody excited too soon." But I'm like, can they be excited too soon? I said, I don't think it's that they shouldn't be excited too soon. It's that I need to do my bit to make sure I have content to keep everybody interested. Right. And that's what I'm trying to do is make sure, wait till you hear who agreed to read it. Remember the one I'm her biggest fangirl is Leslie Bennett's, the one that wrote the book. I had her on Monday Morning Madness just before I stopped doing them for a while. She wrote that book called The Feminine Mistake. And I have loved that book forever. By the way, the mistake is not being able to support yourself. That's what her book's about. Anyway, she did that book quite a while ago. I have loved that book. I read it over and over, and I've got to be her biggest fan by far, I think. But it'd been years since she's done something else, and she's retired. And I clicked on the thing on her website to contact her thinking, maybe, you never know, I'll just write her. And she agreed to come on the show, and she was hilarious and did a great job. And I loved her twice as much. And when I send her brownies for being on the show, which I do for everybody, I send a thank you card with a screenshot from the Zoom. Hi, Joanne. A screenshot from our show together on Monday Morning Madness with brownies and a thank you note. She emailed me back and said, if you ever want to do part 2, just let me know. I'm game. So I've been saving that aside in my back pocket thinking I want to do part 2 for sure, but I don't want to do it before I have this project going because this is right in her wheelhouse. This book is about women empowerment. I know Jeff wrote the story, but when you read it, I actually asked him if he's sure he's not a chick because there's no doubt about what this book is about. And matter of fact, I'm going to have to say that to Leslie because she's going to see that I co-authored it with a man and say something. I could tell you. Men are not evil. Yeah, I couldn't have. I don't want to say I couldn't have done this without him, but it would have been much harder because I'm not a fiction writer. So to me, that's not relying on a man. That's finding somebody else that has a skill I don't have and making it work. Whether it was man or woman didn't matter to me. And it just happened to be a guy. So that was what was important to me. But I'll have to explain that to Leslie. I got a feeling. Anyway, I can't wait for you guys to, yay.
Well, I've been wanting a new book to read anyway, so this gives me something to look forward to.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be a little bit. See, there's all these little things like I have to start looking. Jeff wants me to read it. Oh, well, you heard me talking about that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, thank you for the 20 Hawaiian words you put in there, Jeff.
Right.
Right. But Alex borrowed my professional microphone back when he was singing Eric in The Little Mermaid and didn't bring it back. And now it's lost over in his side of the house.
Oh.
Right. That's unfortunate. Right. So right. That's what I'm thinking, Donna. Oh, right. So
I guess that could buy.
Right. How did that happen? Well, I didn't think I'd need it right off like this, but anyway, the other thing is my choice of recording it here might not be the best anyway. And I do have friends that have recording studios in their houses, I'm sure of it. So I need to find them and because I have friends that are DJs, friends that do other stuff like that, a voiceover lady, and I'm sure one of them can hook me up. I just gotta figure out which one and make it happen right off because I got to read that book. So I've been in the bathroom reading out loud at night, reading the book, trying to convince myself that I'm good at it. But it can't be Jeff doing it because it doesn't make sense. The main characters are women. So it makes sense that I do it. And I know I can do it. And I think I'm relatively understandable when I speak. So don't you think, Debbie?
Oh, I'm sure you can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense to have somebody not involved to do it. It
Right.
makes more sense to have me do it, but I just gotta do it. He's gonna edit it, so that's his problem. He can do that. So let's talk about some cards. Did you have something you wanted me to work on before I start in? No? Okay, that's right. I'll try. I know you guys have mostly seen most of the stuff I'm talking about right now. We're going to do some cards live, so I hope this isn't going to bore you. I'll try to make it interesting. Some of the things I'm doing for the current project, for the Team Blue launch, would be, and you know how I am. If I'm working on a project, I'm going to pull out my tool belt, and Send Out Cards is on my tool belt. It's one of the big ones. So I'm going to find ways to use it. One of the first things I did was for the endorsements. So the endorsement idea of making everybody their own graphic. So we went to people that either were like authors or big in the field or whatever and got endorsements, like Big Al and like Angie Rossi, and they read it and gave me endorsement. Then I made them their own graphic. And where I got that idea from wasn't from I've actually been an endorser before. And well, the one I did that I was surprised at, I won't tell you who it was. I gave the endorsement, but for whatever reason, either their other ones were bigger or they didn't have room for it or whatever, they didn't happen to use my endorsement in the book itself. And I was surprised that they didn't make it a graphic and use it on social media or something because they had it. You know what I mean? Why not, why not use it for some reason, even though not for that? Hey, Rebecca. So,
Hey,
hey. So my idea is to make sure that I utilize the endorsements that I get because it worked well with the play. That's where it worked so good because I made each cast member and each crew member their own graphic. And then when I posted it in different groups in town, I tagged them in it. So then it went on their wall. So then all their people saw it. So I didn't have to rely on them promoting the play. Because believe it or not, even people that were in the cast didn't promote it. I was surprised by that, but didn't promote it on social media. This made it so that they didn't have to. They actually did and didn't know it. So everybody had their own thing. So I'm doing that with the endorsements. And I went into Canva and made the first endorsement. And then I just had to doctor it with a new person every time. That's what I did with the book. That's what I did with the play. So then, just like with the play, I took that graphic for the endorsement, put it on a flat card. And in SendOutCards, the flat cards are this size. Okay. And flat cards go in envelopes. So it's bigger than a postcard, but it goes in an envelope. But it is one-sided, one piece of cardboard like this. It's not a panel. So on the endorsement ones, I put the endorsement on this side. I put it and shrunk it a little bit and put a background behind it that matched the color. Then on a build your own, you can add text. And I put thank you on the top. Then on the back, I had 4 sections. I picked the format for 4 sections. I put the book cover and one of those pictures of me and Jeff like this crossways. And then I put, thank you so much for your kind words of your endorsement, or I worded it nicer than that. And then I put, please enjoy this sweet treat with our gratitude in the bottom corner. And I sent them a couple brownies. So you wouldn't believe how many of the ones, the endorsers said they've given lots of endorsements and never even gotten the thank you before, not to mention brownies.
Oh, wow.
And it was funny because Jeff said to me, are you really going to want to do that for each one? That's going to cost you a fortune. And I'm like, well, luckily it won't because even because of my subscription, and I'm sending them one at a time because it's a card, and individually send immediate. The card, the brownies, and the postage together is $9.98. That's not too much to send somebody who gives you an endorsement like that, I think. So, so I think that's important because now, like Leslie, I'm not sure if she'd wrote right back, sign me up for round 2 had she hadn't got a thank you card and brownies from me. I mean, she might have. She had a good time on the show and stuff, but I thanked her. You know what I mean? I reached out and thanked her, and I think that's important. And for us doing direct sales, it's the same kind of thing. So like, I'm trying to think of another good example. Let's say you guys go do the county fair and you worked a lot with the person that did all your paperwork for the county fair. So like she helped you get the insurance policy right and fill out your application and stuff. I bet you if you sent that clerk that deals with the county fair a thank you note and a couple brownies at the end of the fair, she would remember you forever. And if you went back to do the fair again, she'd give you the best spot in the house. Right? And she'd be more interested in making sure you had a good experience because you made sure she was thanked. So I doesn't that sound about right though?
It does.
So see, it's an effective strategy. Let me just take a drink. I know lots of times you end up, you know, like in the county fair. Oh, Joanne does a lot of county fairs. I bet that's happened to you, Joanne, is that you end up having somebody help you with some aspect of it, whether it was a guy helped you lugging your tables because you couldn't get them all in, or somebody helped you with the insurance because there was some foul up or something. And then, see, I think the thing is to have it top of mind and make sure you find a way to send them the thank you afterward. Even if you don't want to afford the brownies, send them afterward. Oh, she's currently at the fair. My screen's blank due to being busy. Yeah. And I bet you there'll be 2, 3 people that you could send cards to that helped you during the fair. So the trick's going to be for you is to find some way to get their name and their address. But, you know, use your tricks, use whitepages.com. You could ask somebody else that works at the fair, their name and stuff. And, you know, almost always when I've said, do you have that guy's name and what town he lives in? Because I really want to send him a thank you card for helping me lug my tables in today. I've never had anybody not give it to me. Yeah, well, she said, yes, I will definitely going to get their info and do this. Because I haven't had anybody say, no, keep your thank you note. Do not thank that man. You know, they want to help me because they know it will be special for him too. Because people don't thank him enough. People don't really, I mean, they thank him at the time and that's nice. But I bet you a lot of those people, especially at the county fairs, a lot of that is minimum wage stuff that they're lugging around, manual labor stuff. And a lot of it is thankless as far as in the overall picture of things. If it weren't for all those people doing those kind of things, like doing the insurance paperwork and figuring out the map where all the vendors are going to sit and helping people lug their tables when they all of a sudden get stuck with no help. If it weren't for all those guys helping, they wouldn't have fairs. You know what I mean? And they don't get thanked a lot. I think they probably get thanked, oh, thank you, and that's it. So it has 10 times more impact when you're thanking somebody that doesn't get a lot of thank yous like that. Okay, you know how I get long-winded. Sorry, that was long. Long-winded. So let's start with the sizes because that's important. One thing I did want to mention, I started making my back have a lot more information on it. See if I can find a current one. It's not just the back. This is what prints on the envelope too. And it has a lot more information now. And it's the return address. So mine it says Lisa Wilber, parentheses, the Avon lady, and then my email and my cell phone to buy or sell Avon, my website address, and my postal mailing address. All of that is on the back there. I don't know if I can. And I'm doing that to adhere to Avon's rules about not mixing companies. So if I have all of that on the back of here in the return, it's on the envelope, and I'm not putting it here. So it's not mixing the companies. So then I'm usually doing the one, I don't know if I've got a good example. I'm using the SendOutCards one on the back. And I don't have an example to show you. Oh, yes, I do. So then I'm using this, Send a Kindness Forward, and it has my SendOutCards website address. So that's why I'm not mixing, when I'm advertising, I'm not mixing. But I wanted to bring that up because when you do a postcard, it doesn't fit here good. It truncates it. So make sure if you're going to do a lot of postcards, I don't happen to do a lot of postcards, but when you do, when you're making it in the shopping cart, you can change it right there to be shorter and put just what you want on it. Okay. You can change it every time, or you can change it so it's on all of them, like a system-wide change. Okay. Do you know what I'm talking about, or do you want me to show that?
I'd like to see it.
Okay, let's do that. That's a good idea. Let's do an espionage and look at the back while we're doing that. That's a great idea.
All right.
I just did an espionage. I should have waited for you. I did one of our Go-Giver, what is it? I want to say friend, a fancy word for friend. Oh, compadre, that's it. One of our Go-Giver compadres had his picture up, and I sent him a espionage card with it. Oh, let's see here. Let's find a good. Let's find couple pictures, people. Oh, Armando. I love Armando. Look at Armando here. Look at that looks like heaven. This is Armando Tobin. He's an Avon representative on many of the trips. He laughs at me, but I say his name like that when I see him in person. I say Armando. Right, he thinks I'm crazy. We don't talk a lot because English is his second language, so he gets Armando a lot from me. That's what he gets. Armando. And I get a hug, and that's it. But I like sending him cards because he's always says something about it. So I just saved that card. Now let's go over here and matter of fact, let's do a postcard so we can shorten the back. That's a good idea. And it was an up and down, so build your own. And it was an up and down picture. You like that up and down or sideways? I think that's horizontal and vertical, but right. I'll just use the kid version. Right. Okay, here we go. Sorry if I'm going too fast. Okay, so this is the build your own, and this is a postcard. So this is the front of the postcard. You just click on image, and then I'm going to upload. See, this is the one I sent Mike Stott. I said Scott, his last name is Stott. Oh, and Armando's card isn't up and down. It's horizontal, but I think it might still work because the part I wanted to put. Yeah. Oh, that still works.
There you go.
That still works. Now, what I did just then is move. You can see the little hand. You can hold down the left clicker and adjust it to how you want it. So I just moved it over a little so he was more in the picture. And you can also make it smaller and bigger. Sometimes I do this and then add a little background thing. So that would be nice with like shocking yellow, wouldn't it? Or something. Yeah, see, that's kind of cute.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And then on the back, it's only going to let me see, it looks like a postcard. So here, I'll just put, Oh, look at you enjoying that. Oh, the fabulous sunshine. Sunshine. Yay.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to put it in my own font. Look at you enjoying the fabulous sunshine. I always read it twice. I highly recommend that.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you don't, I end up having typos go out the door. So my personal font, once you turn this in, you can download the form, do your personal font and turn it in. It shows under personal and it says one because you can do more than one if you want. So that's
Okay.
my actual handwriting. And
Mhm.
all I need to do, this is an espionage, so it's just quick and easy. And then check out. And then the part I wanted to show you is, so this is a postcard. I can't add a gift to a postcard. And down here, see, this is going to be way too much. It's going to truncate it. So I'm going to edit. You can do it right from this page. When you do it on this page, it'll only affect this card. So it won't be a system-wide, it'll just be this. So I'm going to take this off. He knows who I am. And I'm going to take this off because he's not going to buy from me. He's also a rep. So I'll just put my address up there and make it short. And then I'll take off the rest of this. This is long too over here because that's got my email and my text. And see, now it's going to be short. So when you have to do save address right here, by the way. I've messed up and not done that. And see, now that's short and sweet. That'll fit perfect on the card. I've not hit save address and it doesn't save it. And then it's not on the card. And then you're like, what did I do? So,
Oh,
right. So make sure you do save address. And it only saves it for this card. That was not a system-wide save. Okay.
okay.
I can show you how to do it on the system-wide, but that's not here. And then add recipients. And we're going to do Armando. Armando Tobin. That's him. So when he gets back from his trip, he'll have this card waiting for him
Mhm.
and ready to send. And it's a postcard. And because it's an individually sent send immediate, it's included in my subscription. So there you go. That's as easy as that.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
let's just look quick on where you would do it to fix it for a system-wide change.
Okay.
So you go into your account, click on account, and then down, where is it here? Right here.
Mhm.
Oh no, that isn't it. Let's see. Well, you didn't want me to show you that anyway, did you?
Hmm.
I don't think it's that right there. Let's see here. Resource Center Legacy Site. No. Oh, you didn't really want to know that information anyway, did you?
Not today.
Not today. Yeah, I guess I'll have to figure that out.
Yeah.
Because I don't think it's this. Because that just switched it back to the what we just did on that last card, but it won't keep doing that. I can so let's do another card and I'll show you it didn't save it. So let's do one more here. Yay, Armando. Oh, there's Jeff. Oh, what did Molly say? This is so exciting. Yay. Yay. Well, let's send this is funny. Let's send Jeff a card. Let's kid Jeff about something. Yeah. Okay, so let's do build your own and send him the book cover on a flat card.
Lisa,
Yes.
you should use the word, what is it, braggadocious?
Braggadocious. Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
I'll have to show you. I already sent him that on a card. It'll be
You need to say,
it'll be funnier when I send him
you
another
need,
one. Yeah,
Oh.
here, see, look at
you need to
down
say
here.
something like, not to be braggadocious, but look at my artwork, my son's artwork.
That's perfect. So here's the front of the card and it's the book cover. And then I'll divvy up the back and put the braggadocious thing again because it's right here because I just did that. Here it is, watch.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You didn't think I didn't already give him a hard time.
Oh, I figured you did.
Not to be braggadocious. But my kids' artwork is awesome. How about that?
That's right.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Good.
I like it.
That look good?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Not to be
Yeah.
braggadocious, but my kid's artwork is awesome. Okay, he'll like that. So I'm gonna make that my own font just because that's my thing I've been doing lately here. Here you go. Now, I can move that up a line from what Peg showed us last time, so it's farther away from their QR code.
Mhm.
And matter of fact, I'm going to make it my words in blue because everything I've sent him has been in blue. Shocking, right? Right. And then I'll make the background like a light blue. There we go.
There you go.
That's
Yay!
nice.
Mhm.
Yeah, he'll get a kick out of that. He ended up being a Facebook espionage. So now we're gonna check out. If this changed the address permanently, I'm gonna laugh. It doesn't usually. No, it didn't. See, it's back to the way it was.
There you go.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Right. So it only changed it on the one card. I'm not sure why on the account it showed it the other way. Okay.
Yeah.
West, here we go. Braggadocious. He's gonna
I know we were supposed to use that word all week, but I could only get that one occasion for Alex. When I said he should be braggadocious, Alex.
braggadocious. So here we go.
I used it the other day. I told my husband not to be braggadocious, but both of us have 2 full-time jobs and we're still making it.
So now let's go back and look at the account and see if that's what they did is just put it back. Oh, they did.
Oh, okay.
So it didn't change it, but if I did edit it here, it would save it and put it on the ones going forward.
Yeah.
But evidently it shows the last card that you did here, which is kind of an oddball thing. But if you want to change it permanent, it's here. So you do edit card here, and it has the whole thing. See, it even has that line that's the title.
Mhm.
Okay, and then
That's
save.
new.
It's not actually new. It's just that probably like me, you didn't even think about, you know what I mean, adjusting that.
Mhm.
Because that's actually been available the whole time. It's just that I haven't been talking about it and I didn't think about adding all that stuff. And then I was trying to figure out a way. I was actually trying to figure out a way to make all of my information on the outside of the card, the how to
Mhm.
work my site and my text and all that on the outside, so that I could put something else on the inside, like the SendOutCards thing. So that's that. Hey, Rhonda, I didn't see you on there before.
Mm. Hey, Lisa.
Hey, how are you doing?
I have found, like sometimes I'll download something to my phone
Mhm.
and I'll go to send the card and, you can't adjust it, the
Not as much,
size
right? Yeah.
on your phone. And I thought I would be able to, if I uploaded it, that I would be able to go in on the desktop and adjust it. And you can't do that either. Did you
Why
know
not?
that?
No,
It
that's
wouldn't
what
let me.
What do you mean it wouldn't let you define
You know,
that?
like I put it
Uploaded the
in
picture.
SendOutCards, the picture, and then, I thought, well, I'll wait until I get on the desktop and then I'll send the card so I can
But
adjust
don't even start the card, just upload the picture and then start from scratch on the desktop. Don't start making the card and then try to adjust it after you already started making the card and SendOutCards. Or don't upload the picture and SendOutCards. Just start from scratch by uploading the picture to your laptop. And
Okay.
then open SendOutCards and start from scratch.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll have to try that.
And then you won't have a problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So I don't know if you have that, but I have Dropbox on my phone. So it automatically just uploads to the cloud all of my pictures automatically. So then on the laptop, I don't have to do anything. I just pull it down from Dropbox when I'm on my laptop. So you may want to do that. Yeah, either that or iCloud or any of the backup systems that have the cloud backup. You can do that.
Oh, okay. I'll have to try that.
Yeah. And it's not a lot of money. Plus, it saves all your pictures. So if my phone breaks or my house burns down or something equally horrible, I've still got all my pictures in Dropbox.
Right.
So I could literally just buy another computer at Staples. So let's say my house burns down and my phone was in here. I can drive down to Staples, buy another laptop. I can open up Dropbox and be back in business. It has everything.
Oh, okay.
And actually that's worked out well even when the house didn't burn down. And just I had a laptop die without I didn't back up necessarily on extra special. It's just that it does it in Dropbox. So I was able to just go buy another laptop and I'm back up in minutes. I didn't have to do anything. I just signed in on my old account and I'm back. So it's definitely something you want to deal with if you're not already dealing with it, because catastrophic stuff happens to electronics. So
Yeah, I'm always hooking my phone up to my laptop and then downloading it like that.
right, and you can do that too.
Yeah.
It's just that depends on you doing it. Where a lot of the services now, you may look at the service that you using a service or you're just doing it manually. The only problem with that is like what if your phone got run over by the car and it was just before you were going to do it for the week.
Right.
So then you've lost worth of whatever it was. Right. Where this just does it without me doing it.
So the Dropbox, that's an app that I mean,
it's a service though, so you have to pay like I don't know how much, but it's a set amount for a year, and it works on both the phone and the laptop. It'll back up whatever I tell it to, so I can do my like Microsoft files and all that too if I want to.
Okay.
And it's not just Dropbox; they have a bunch of different ones that do that.
Right.
And on the laptop, I think it's iCloud or something. They have one. I actually have two because I don't want to be, and I've lost a bunch of pictures before, and I'm all about the pictures. I probably have 36,000 pictures. So I use them all the time, and for business too, I don't want to lose them. So I double back up my stuff. And I do it with services that automatically do it so that I don't have to rely on my, that way I can't mess it up. You know what I mean? And it's to me, it's well worth it. It is a tax deductible business expense, by the way. Okay,
all my stuff is backed up to Google Photos. You can set up your phone to back it up to Google Photos, and it'll automatically dump all your stuff in Google Photos. So you'll never lose your stuff, and you can go into your Google account and find your stuff.
That's the same thing. Same thing. Yeah. So there's a whole bunch of options. It just happens that I use Dropbox, that's all. Okay, so here's the difference between this is a postcard size, and I use this a lot. Like this particular one, I was speaking at a conference in Texas. I sent this out to everybody in my database that was in Texas. So it was a thing about the conference. I don't use postcards a lot though, because if I'm sending someone a picture, like Joanne, a picture. If I'm sending somebody a picture of me sticking my tongue out with Joanne, I usually send it a flat card anymore because the postal service sometimes messes up the picture when they machine it, and all of our mail is machined.
Okay.
So if I think they might want to save the picture, I send it a flat card in an envelope, and it doesn't matter to me because I'm not paying different. It's included in my subscription.
Right.
So I'll often send a flat card, but this is the difference in the size. Okay, it's a little bit different. This is I think 4x6 and 5x7. Okay, so that's that. And then, yes, were you gonna say something? Okay, so now the flat card and 2-panel or a 3-panel is the same size. So these are 5x7. This is a 3-panel where it opens the 3 ways. Okay. This happens to be when I'm sending cards like to a prospect to sign up, or to, this is a customer card that I'm doing right now. And this one has a whole bunch of pictures from the convention that I didn't take, by the way. I took them off of other people's Facebook, pictures of the products. And it just says a sneak peek at Avon's Christmas 2022. So there's a whole bunch of pictures. And then the back panel is just my Avon thing. Okay, but I usually send a 3-panel because it's not going to cost me more. They're going to think it's cool because you don't get a lot of 3-panels. Usually, if you're going to get a card in the mail, a greeting card, you get a 2-panel.
Right.
So it sets it apart and it doesn't cost me more, and it gives me more real estate to put stuff. So I'm going to do a 3-panel. And then this is a regular card, a 2-panel. It's an up and horizontal, and they do have vertical, of course. You get to pick that. This is my current anniversary card, which I am so far behind on. If you've got an anniversary in September, hang tight. I think I've done maybe 10 out of the 30. Yeah, I'm behind. Anyway, I'm still gonna send them because they still have an anniversary. Just because I'm late, it's still special. So the kid did this artwork for me, which I thought was pretty genius because he made it look like, see, you can't really tell. He wanted to make it look like the 2 people that you can't really tell their gender or their ethnicity. I thought that was kind of
I
genius.
love that.
That is.
It gives me so many more uses for it because of it. So I have sent it to, I happen to have a couple in my downline that is a girl couple, and they thought it was 2 girls. So I think you project yourself on the cartoon.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I thought that was cool. So this is already pre-printed on the artwork, the happy anniversary, but because it's a make your own, I can add that text there. So I add the name of the couple there. Okay, and then on the inside, I went to Facebook and grabbed a picture. This happens to be Nikki and Kiahoho from a Hawaiian word, Kiahoho from the DSWA, and then I just put either flowers or a sunset here and the greeting. But I usually do a 2-fold for anniversary. And then we got the big card, which is one of my favorites. The big card, this is the one that I just had. Did you get to sign this, Joanne? The card? Oh, I didn't have it with me.
I did not. You didn't have it with you, but I got a big hug instead, so I'm good.
Oh, okay. Okay. So this, the idea was to, we were talking about on the Go Giver, and that's where I'm getting all my ideas lately, which I love, people come up and have me sign their books and stuff. And I thought, well, wouldn't it be more special for them if I asked them for their autograph instead of them always asking me? So that was the idea of it. So I put the logo from the convention and the stickers. I got my stickers out because they came in the mail. I did put my name on it because Daniel Cabrera and Scott Easterday both had cards too, and I didn't want our cards to get messed up. I didn't realize that their card, they had used a different logo, so that wasn't going to happen. But anyway, look at all this. Look at it. It was awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, it was really full. So I didn't bring it the second day because it was so full I couldn't fit any more. So the thing we're going to do different next year, though, is I'm going to bring more than one for starters, but the back is shiny, and it wasn't like this front is wearing off the marker because you can't do marker on that shiny. So what I'm going to do on the back next time is, you know how you can buy sticker and you can buy an 8.5 by 11 sheet sticker.
Mhm.
I'm going to do that and put it on the back here. That way it's matte and that'll take a signature and keep it. So I'm going to bring 2 cards or 3, and I'm going to have the back so I can use it too. So, because that was an awesome idea. It was fun, gave me something to do. I went around with the marker, and it was funny because Scott and Daniel, I'm like, I'm going to have more than you. Not that I'm competitive in any way, right? But they were only asking people they knew. That doesn't stop me any. I was asking people in the elevator. I'm like, I asked people that had no idea who I was or me know them. I asked people that were just at the convention. If I saw their Avon credentials, I asked them. So it was fun. It was fun. So anyway, that's an 8.5 by 11. You also can have them, of course, this way. You can anything that you can do on a regular card, you can do on the big one. This is the only type card that is more money, no matter what your subscription is. It's $1.50 more. Okay. It's not more for you.
That's a bargain.
What'd you say?
That's a bargain.
Oh, I think so, especially for the impact.
Mhm.
I more often send this to myself to use though than I do other people. Although I did send one to Jeff lately. Right, right. The one I sent to him had the book cover when we first approved it, and then inside I filled it with endorsements. So,
Oh,
and the reason I did that is because he kind of had his heart set on getting a publisher, but after we talked to the agent, we realized that was going to be a mistake, and I didn't want him to feel bad about that. You know what I mean? So I filled the inside and the back with the endorsements we got so far. And I said, you know, if you ever feel like self-publishing is less, it's not. And here's the proof. So I hope he likes it when he gets it. He hasn't got it yet. Hopefully he's not
nice.
watching this because that'll spoil the surprise. But I most the time have sent it like this particular one was the soccer team. This is the Avon ladies soccer team that I sponsored in 2015. I sent 2 of these to myself, and these were for the coaches because I was sponsoring the team. I did the at the end of the year pizza party, and I needed gifts for the coaches. And I didn't want to just do what the other guys were doing, which is sometimes they'd give them, you know what I mean, not a t-shirt or something like that. I wanted it to be something, you know, meaningful. And although I did give this with a gift card, what I did was mine's blank because the one I gave them is the one that was signed. I had all the kids sign it. And then this is the roster of the kids. And this picture is the, I think this was, yeah, this was the official one that was on the trophy and stuff. And this one is the goofball shot where they're doing goofy stuff. So I had them do the goofball shot for me so I could put it in the card. So, and then the coach has a keepsake, you know, and it says, thank you. Thank you for a great season. And because that's another thankless job right there, that coach.
Mhm.
They did a lot of work, and they're going to be lucky at the end if they get a t-shirt or a gift card or something. And that was a lot of showing up because without the coach, you can't have practice. So
Right.
I wanted to make sure that they knew I appreciate them, especially as the sponsor. But even if you're not sponsoring a team, that would be awesome if you were one of the parents, because a lot of the sponsors don't think to do that. Don't think to throw the party even at the end. I think that year that we did that, ours was the only team that had one. So these little things that you can do that aren't necessarily a big investment on your part will be remembered by all of those kids and those coaches for a lot of years. So to me, that's important. That's important.
Great idea.
Yeah. But so when you're thinking about when you're doing projects, and you're thinking send out cards might help me do this, whatever it is. You know what all the choices are now. You could do like invitations to something with postcards, or you could do thank you notes with the flat cards. Just know that you have all these tools at your disposal. You know, how you could do invitations and thank yous. You also could do you know, recognition with it, like I did with the cast members and the crew members and the endorsement. So, and flighting the idea from one project to another, I think is important too. So when you're thinking, gee, I used it for that, maybe there's a part of this project I could also use that for. I think that's important too, is to be able to uh, have your ideas convert to the next thing you're doing. So poor Donna is working. Oh,
Trying.
oh,
Yeah, luckily they're not expecting a lot from me.
mm,
And I'm giving all I can.
oh,
It's really hard. It's really hard. This is the worst mess I've ever had.
no. Oh, being sick? Oh,
Yeah, well, with COVID,
yeah,
it's like a little bit of everything.
yeah.
You know, you get flu symptoms, you get a sore throat, you get a headache, you get the congestion and the cough and the dead feeling where all you want to do is just lay down. Oh, that's all you want to do is just lay down. And it's like it's just been the worst.
Oh,
And then I mean, of course, now I'm in my second week after quarantine. And I'm still having issues. You know, it's like, you know, you think you're getting better, and then you get up in the morning and you just feel like you've been hit by a truck.
oh,
And you know, it's like, well, maybe tomorrow I'll be better.
no. Well, tomorrow is going to be better. Damn it.
Yeah.
Just
Well, I
keep
figure
saying
one of
that.
these mornings I'm going to wake up and there's not going to be any symptoms at all.
Yes, that's right.
It's going to go just like that.
That's
Because you know
right.
it when it hit me with like within a half hour.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
I mean, I was fine, and within 30 minutes, I had to lay down. It was like I couldn't even sit up anymore. That's how fast it hit. So yeah,
viruses are like that.
yeah, they are.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's awful.
Yeah, but it just I didn't even. I mean,
I was
some
glad
of
to
the
see you
calls-
upright.
Yeah, it was like I'd be sitting there and I go like the one Saturday call. It was like, Lisa's back with her call now. I need to get on Lisa's call. And then I'm sitting there in the chair, and my son said, "I guess you're not getting on the call." And I looked at him. I said, "That would require me to move." I'm not moving.
That's awful.
Yeah, it's some nasty
Well,
stuff.
see,
It really is.
you're better than that today.
Oh yeah.
Yay.
Yeah. I'm not great, but I'm not I don't want to miss the calls. I enjoy them too much.
Oh, I thought Monday was hilarious, and that was hilarious. But
It was.
Yeah, it was. It really
It
was.
was
it's so
interesting.
funny because I don't know if you can tell, but I think it's the men guests in particular. They kind of get like a little irritated, but try not to show it because I'm talking about all kind of stuff that has nothing to do with what we're supposed to be talking about. So they're like trying to get me back on track.
Oh.
I think he enjoys hearing about you though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think no, it's funny because I didn't know him that well, and when I did the first show with him, we were talking about his book and stuff. But now I go back and look at that, and I'm glad we did this one Monday because now I know him better. It was a better show because we knew each other a lot better than we did when I did the first one. But the first one's kind of fun to watch again because we didn't know each other hardly. So it was kind of fun. And then to see this one is funnier. I've watched this one a couple times because I know it was kind of funny. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, he was funny in real life too. That was
I
funny.
bet. I bet.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's funny though. He's kind of, I suppose it is kind of good he lives in Texas because we'd probably we probably wouldn't like each other as much. Oh
I
God.
thought it was pretty good when he said that he thought you were as young as what he thought you were.
Oh, I know.
I
I'm
know.
like, did you hear me? I didn't mean to, but I go, I think I love you. I knew that he had said something on another call sometime, and he said, "You're just a youngin' to me." And I said, "Oh, he doesn't know." And I knew him because when I had to put him in my database, I looked him up on White Pages. So I knew how old he was, and I knew he was just turning 63. So I'm turning 60. That's in the ballpark. We're sitting next to each other in seats, right? I mean,
Right.
that's not very much difference in age. And if he's thinking I'm a young and you've got miscalculated there. So I get that a lot because of the kid. And yeah, I think that's it more than my looks, but that's fine. I'm actually willing to say, oh, it's because he thinks my look. Yeah, he thinks I'm younger because I look younger, but it's probably because of the kid. But anyway, yeah, I thought that was neat. I said, no, I better let you in on a secret. Although I thought what he said was brilliant. He said, yeah, I'm 83. Yeah, for
Right.
he lies and says he's way older because he said for 83 I look like a stud. For 60, well, I'm about average, but
He didn't
83
know that was your favorite word either, did he?
stud. I'm surprised I didn't blurt it out and tell him.
I was waiting for it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I already was in trouble because of the whole when he said Hugh Jackman, and I said I would do Hugh
Oh,
Jackman
yeah.
when we were rehearsing. Right.
And he thought you
Right.
said you would play him.
Oh, he did not think that either. He did
That's
not.
what he said.
No, because at that breakfast he was laughing his ass off over that. So I know he knew what I meant. Plus, I was flirting with the waiter, so I know he knew what I meant. Right. But anyway, that was funny. Oh, so yeah, what he and I gonna have to do, if you know people doing podcasts and stuff, let me know, because I gotta get us on a bunch of stuff. And that's all my forte is I'm really the one doing the publicity more than him. His part was the writing of the fiction because that is not something I know how to do even.
Yeah.
And wait till you read it, you're going to be surprised.
Yeah.
And oh, sadly though, and I did admit this to him, by the way, I've had a couple people come up to me and say, "Oh my God, I didn't know you could write like that." And I said, "Thank you." I didn't tell him. And I did admit that to Jeff. I should have fessed up and said, "Oh no, it was Jeff that wrote that." But I just said, "Thank you." Right. That is not that is wrong. And I did admit it to Jeff. He thought it was funny, but but he wrote this. I didn't write this. We went back and forth on the idea. That's how I get to be a co-author, because a lot when you read it, you'll recognize the stuff. So a lot of the story is based on stuff that you've heard me say over and over. So I think you'll see why it was a good fit. But it wouldn't have happened without his writing, because I've never written fiction anything. And he's so good at it. Yeah, it was weird because I said this in the interview too Monday. He would send me a chapter, but from sitting here, it felt like he had the whole book and he was just giving me one chapter at a time. But he didn't. He was writing it as we were going. You know what I mean?
wow.
It didn't feel that way when I was reading it, and I'm thinking, let's have the next chapter. You know?
Oh, wow.
But he hadn't written it yet. So he was giving them to me as he was writing it. And sometimes I had to say, like, that wouldn't, like sometimes he would say something to me in the story. I said, say something to me, but write it in the story that would not be accurate and it was way off. And I'd say, well, wait a minute, this needs to be a little different if possible, because even though it sounds good, it's not realistic in direct sales, or because he's not from direct sales at all. He's from selling insurance. So I had to say, well, wait a minute, this has got to be a little bit different here, and this has got to be a little bit. So we went back and forth about stuff like that. And and you know, one thing he had that I had to switch, what was funny, one of the rules, for some reason, how I say the rules, I'm anal about the way they're said.
Yeah.
Right. And I think the one of them, I don't want to tell you what they are because I don't want to spoil anything for you, but a rising tide lifts all boats. Right. A rising tide lifts all boats. It's not a rising tide lifts all ships. It's boats. It's got to be boats. It's got rising tide lifts all boats. That's it. Right?
Oh.
But I mean, all the rules are like that for me. I have a way that I say them all the time. And I was funny about that. If he changed that at all, I'm like, wait, pal, you you gotta, right. So the rules had to be a certain way. Now I'm sure I drove him nuts with that kind of stuff but to me, it made a difference because if you've heard me do a bunch of presentations and say the rule in a certain way, I wanted you to be able to recognize it, right? And if it changed wording or there's order I said it, then you're going to be like, what? She didn't say it that way. So I wanted you to be able to recognize it. For the ones that don't know me that are reading it, won't matter, but right. Anyway, so now that you know I'm crazy. So anyway, I'm going to put this up on the group. Did you have anything that I could help you with before we go?
Thanks.
No. No. If you're not in Team Blue already, make sure you jump on in there. Jeff did a contest, and Rebecca, what was the answer? Because I didn't. What was made all of those
guessed,
things?
but I didn't guess right. I don't know what it was.
What were all those things have in common?
He said, I just looked on Facebook. He said he's going to tell the answer tomorrow because still one person can say.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't say that. Don't say. Yeah, don't say then. Okay. But I didn't know what it was.
One more slot.
I do know what he's sending you for a gift though, and you're going to be happy about it. So that's awesome. Nice. I'm not going to say what that is either.
Is it going to make me fat?
No, that's stuff I send.
I'm already fat.
That's
so it don't matter.
No, he's going to send you something to make you smarter. That's awesome.
Oh, good.
That's awesome.
That's always good, right?
Yes, I was one of the winners. So
what'd you say, Lisa?
I was one of the winners as well.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, don't tell because we don't.
I won't tell.
The last person, right? So, but I bet he came up with that all on his own. That was awesome.
Okay, so anybody that says that Google is not your friend is a liar because I found it on Google. That's all I'm telling you.
You cheated. I'm not telling him.
I researched better than the FBI.
I'd have done the same thing. Don't worry. I'm not going to tell on you.
My husband calls me the Google queen. If I don't know, I get on Google.
Matter of fact, I think every single one of you, I've sent out, is this I said something about it on the call. Oh, I've got one on. The rest of these are on. These came the other day, and I've sent 60 so far, and I think all of you have them on the way.
Awesome.
Oh, yes.
Great.
So you'll get those in an envelope. And there's a challenge in there to take a picture of yourself wearing it and use the hashtag, said the lady with the blue hair. And then I can look up the hashtag people that used it, and I'm going to randomly send out some that'll make you fat.
Oh, hey,
you know what that's going to be, right? Right. Oh, anyway, thank you very much for coming today.
Thank
and
you.
Spending some time. I really appreciate it. And we will see you next week, hopefully. And take care, Donna.
Bye.
You get better.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna try.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bye.
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 Bye.